hear some slum literature, consider it will numb your eardrum, kid. You're sleeping like a latter-day saint, but swaying King Tech will wake you up on Saturday. 9 to 12 verbal junkies overdosing Joe Quicks and get your fix to the mix and then them ghosts win. In your sleep I slap you with the lethal doses of medicine. So wake up with organizing the brethren. King Tech Joe Quicks better than your last fix. Severing whackness with sway the host dose of fat mix. Baby dolls frontin' so Saturday nights.
Lydia.
101 time scoping 92.3 degrees, choking on chocolate. FM dial smoking. Prince Poe blows up from LA to Hoboken, and I'm out. Yo, it's the wake up show. My genetic makeup take up 130 pounds of beat. But lyrics shake up like January 17th. Crossovers extinct. Them seeds is fossils. Protect your neck and wear a bulletproof vest on your tonsils. Amateurs bandage your cornea. Cause you don't wanna see California. See yours and it's spitting arsenic. With Sway Tech and Joe Quicks on the mix. Spinal meningitis ain't as stiff as the rip of Raz cast out slash like racist crackers with whips. Come equipped, you're losing your paraphernalia. I'm a hip-hop apostle singing the gospel like Mahalia Jackson. Each Saturday, 9 until the break of dawn. Put cocaine on my tongue, you got crack. Now rock on, rock on, rock on.
Okay, let's kill this music. Jesse.
I'm fooling with my niggas on the wake up show. We kick a little something.
What's up, team? What's up, team? Good morning. Good morning. Everybody's chiming in. Oh, man, we got Karen, we got Angie, we got Lupe, we got Jesse, we got JT, we got LaTanya. What's up, my people? I love it. I love it. We're in the mood. We get in the mood every morning. I like that. You know what? I can't think of a bad session we've had yet. And, you know, my energy wanes and waxes, but you guys keep me fired up. So I'm always in the mood. I'm glad you guys are showing up in the mood. Jesse, what's up? This is the road to $1 million. What are we talking about? What is the road to $1 million? The road to $1 million is our pathway to success. The road to $1 million is what we're on in order to achieve at the highest level. It's the way we sharpen our tools. It's the way we get better. It's the way we get more efficient. It's the way we get faster. And it's the way we're all going to grow and succeed wildly. The road to $1 million is our daily ritual. We call it church sometimes. Sometimes it's just what we do. And, you know, you guys all chime in like regulars, but I want you all to know that, wow, our views are in the thousands now. I can't figure it out. There's several thousand people a week seem to be watching. So all of you silent watchers, welcome as well. My regular congregation always chimes in. That's usually, they do that for me. They do that to reassure me that I'm comfortable with my people. And hey, LaTanya, thank you for asking. Absolutely, I am good, and I really appreciate the sentiments. And you're welcome. Steven, what's up, Steven? We got big things happening. Chris, what's up? What's up? Everybody is jumping on board. Okay, well, the whole gang seems to all be here today. I see a weird reflection. Can you guys see me clearly? Is there anything wrong with the picture at all? Okay, I'm coming to you from the office today, but this environment is something that you know, I come here in order to facilitate certain things, certain people. I like to bring recruits into the office. I like to bring clients in from time to time. I also, sometimes it is necessary for my mindset to get into an office environment once in a while. Nothing wrong with that. So let's talk about what's happening here. Okay, we all know we're on the road to $1 million. You all already know. I'm Daron Campbell. I'm your real estate mentor. We're all headed to the top. That's right. And that's where we're going. And so, hey, Ancoma, wow, long time no see, my brother. Welcome. Well, maybe not a long time, but I don't see you every day. So good to see you, man. You know, I was talking to all of you this past week about the M3 Millionaire program that is launching, well, at least the beta test with a bunch of you guys is launching in a few days. And I want to tell you about those 3 M's again. Those 3 M's, hey Tam, those 3 M's in the M3 Millionaire course that we're rolling out very soon talk about the things that I think, the 3 pillars that I think you need to have in your arsenal to be the best achiever, salesperson, closer that you could possibly be. And what are those pillars? The 3 pillars are your mindset. You guys know we work on mindset a lot in here. We work on mindset almost every day. A lot of what comes spewing out of my mouth is about mindset. A lot of times the way it comes spewing out of my mouth, it changes people's mindsets and affects people's mindsets. And that's for you to take note. You should take very good note that what you say and how you say it affects people's mindsets. So sometimes I calculate what I say to you guys carefully, and also try to stay conscious of how I say it, because how you say something can affect the way people take it, and then how it affects their mindset and how they proceed forward. So mindset, that's pillar number one. Pillar number two is your marketing, because if you don't have an audience, then you might as well not have a product or service. Your product or service could be great, it could be average, it could be terrible, but with no audience, it's all meaningless. So marketing is everything. You know, the spoils, the victory doesn't go to whoever has the best product or service. The victory goes to the person who touches the most people. The victory goes to the person who markets the best. So you see many products, whether it's fast food industries or clothing industries or the car business. It's not about who makes the best product. Have you figured that out? It's not about who delivers the best service. Have you figured that out? It's about who can touch and influence the most people. Whoa, that's heavy duty, Marlon. I don't know if Marlon's got his fireworks ready, but that's heavy. The best product or service does not win. He who can touch and influence the most customers or clients is who wins. So think about the order in which you want to become a professional. You see, a lot of you spend a lot of time working on, working on things other than customer acquisition. A lot of you working on a lot of things, like you're getting the prettiest presentation book ready and getting your picture just right on your signs or on your business cards. A lot of you worry about those kinds of things, but I'm here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you, if you work on customer acquisition, you're bound to win the game. You're gonna outrun most of your competition. You see, perfection is something that you can develop on the fly. You can read and react. You can adjust. You can adjust your business card later. But if you got nobody to give your business card to, I don't care if you look like the freaking Mona Lisa on that business card. It doesn't matter. You're going to be wallpaper in your bathroom with that business card. Okay? So don't get things twisted. Your marketing is all about customer acquisition, and your customer acquisition is dependent upon how many people you can touch a day, a week, a month, a year. Okay? So that's pillar number two. That's your marketing. Pillar number three, oh man, it's my favorite. It's what I call mastery. And that's really just a short way of saying mastery of sales, or sales mastery. You see, that's the one component nobody seems to be talking about out there. Everyone wants to talk to you. You know, there's plenty of motivational speakers to work on your mindset out there. Tony Robbins is the king of that, and he leads that pack, and a bunch of us, follow his lead in the mindset department. And then there's the marketing folks. I mean, how many internet online gurus are trying to sell you their Facebook marketing program right now? Think about it. There's a ton of them. So marketing is talked about frequently, but the most difficult of all the three pillars to acquire and own is sales mastery. Mastery, that's the third M in that component. It's the one that takes the most practice and the most education and the most savvy to master, to own. Sales mastery is the most difficult of all the pillars to make your own. Hey, Paul. Wow, Paul is on the air with us. Hey, Paul, good to see you, brother. Hey, by the way, Paul, I did get that online licensing information. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to spend a little bit of time on that third M today, because that's what the fewest educators, gurus, and all of those guys talk about. You know why? Anybody got any ideas why the gurus don't talk that much about mastery of sales, about salesmanship, about crafting their words so that those words move people to action. You want to know why the gurus, there's not that many gurus of that? It's because those guys don't have those skills themselves. Hey, Peaches, the bottom line is, hey, Sherry, the bottom line is the very, very few have that skill set. It's the hardest to acquire. It's the one you need to practice the most. It's the one that you can't just wake up and have. You can't buy it. It takes practice. And this is your set of skills. It's your arsenal that makes the difference between average earners, average sales, average closings, and those that kill it. It's the difference between those that show up on an appointment hoping that they get the sale or get the listing, and those that show up on the appointment 100% sure that I got this. And the only way they're not going to list with me or buy from me is the fact that somebody else has an unfair advantage otherwise. Because otherwise, sales mastery is the difference maker. Sales mastery is the king maker. Sales mastery is the one thing that most of your competition will never have. So, oh my goodness, should you become a master of sales? It's the best thing you can do, ladies and gentlemen. It's the best seminar you can go to. It's the best course you can take. And that's component number 3 of my M3 Millionaire course that we're going to beta test. You guys are going to hear the results from all your fellow Road to a Million followers that are joining me on it. And so you'll get to hear what the results are. But let's talk about sales mastery just for a minute. Let's spend the rest of our time today on just that, sales mastery. So let's talk about it. Sales mastery comes on the heels of a good plan to make more contacts. And then when sales mastery is something that you kind of get into your being, then you realize once you start using it, is you realize that people really want to follow people. In other words, to state it differently, people want to be led. Your customers, your clients want to be led. Deep down inside, they want to be reassured and told what to do. Do you believe that? I'm telling you, you might be dealing with the most sophisticated buyer seller in town, and they might put on this great facade of, I know everything, I'm the rich investor, or I'm the wealthy homeowner. Truth be told, there's this little insecure baby inside that wants to be told, reassured, and led. And a sales master can do that with anybody. They can do it with somebody that's 10 times wealthier than them, and they can do it with the average Joe on the street. People have this desire to be led, and the reason they have this desire to be led is because they want to be assured that they're not making a mistake. Do you understand? They want to be assured that they're not making a fatal flaw. They want somebody of authority, hear that word, they want someone of authority to tell them that they're doing the right thing. You get it? And so your mastery of sales is the vehicle, it's the tool that's going to give people reassurance. So let's talk about what else moves people. Okay, your posture and your confidence that come with sales mastery is everything. Posture and confidence is what gives people that feeling of, okay, I can go with him. I can go with whatever he says because he's confident. His posture is one of someone who absolutely knows that I'm not making a mistake here. I'm going to roll with him. I'm going to go with her. You see, the bottom line is people want you to lead them, but they're not going to follow you until you've established the positioning, you've established yourself as an influencer, as a leader, as someone who knows. Do you understand? And so you want to give people, we talked about positioning yourself a couple of sessions ago. You want to position yourself as an authority, and then the way you grab that position of authority, you take control of the meeting right away. And it's not always by talking, by the way. You can listen, and that can influence your control of the meeting. So let me tell you this. So in the real estate process, I'll tell you about the evolution of sales mastery in an appointment. in a relationship with a client. Here's how it works. It starts with listening. Second comes presenting. You listen, that's number one. You present, that's number two. Number three, the process of relationship building is what comes behind your presenting. So you listen, their needs, their wants, their desires, their goals, their ambitions. You present why I am your resource for this. Here's my set of credentials. Here's who I am. Here's what I do. Here's my authoritative spot. You hear that? Here's why you should be listening to me. Then here's relationship building. You stop with the selling, and you build rapport, relationship building. See, that's the third step in the appointment process. In the M3 course, I'm going to walk you through this. I'm going to give you these words. But here, I'm giving you the process right now. Listening, presenting, relationship building. Then, once you've established all of those things, now you have a decent relationship with them. Now you've presented why you're an authority, and you've heard what their needs, desires, goals, dreams, and ambitions are. Then you inject motivation. You motivate them to move, to take action, to take massive action if necessary, to move on something. This is about inertia. You know, bodies in motion tend to stay in motion. Let's get them in motion. Let's get them writing offers. Let's get that listing agreement going. Let's walk through the house and talk about what it takes to help that house get ready for sale. Let's take some definitive action. That hooks the mind. You take some definitive action and it hooks the mind. It makes people want to make the next move. You understand? So motivation, let's motivate them to action. Listening, presenting, building rapport and building a relationship, and then motivating them to take some action. And here we go. You ready for the next one? The next one, creating urgency. Oh my goodness, create some urgency. Why is it we need to do this right now? Why is it that there are a lot of people who are looking at this? Why is it that if you don't jump now, it's going to be gone? Why is it that if we don't list right now, the market could shift on us? Why is it that it's selling season right now? It's June and it's the time is now. Why is it we got to get this going or else? Urgency. People only become urgent for two reasons. One of two reasons. It is the potential for gain or the fear of loss. But you gotta inject urgency into every meeting that you have. Otherwise, people are gonna say, oh, let me think about it. You're dead. You're dead. The minute you turn around and walk out that door with them thinking about it, the probabilities of you making something happen drop probably by more than 50%. You gotta go and reestablish, rebuild, and all of that. So see, follow-up is a huge thing, and people preach follow-up, the fortunes in the follow-up. I don't disagree with that, but what's more important than follow-up is urgency. And then I get them on the first visit. You see, you want to come back and follow up. I'm going to be urgent today. I'm going to get the ink today. You're going to present before I present. You're going to tell them, here's how great I am. Here's how great I am. They're going to say, let me think about it. I might talk to a few other agents. I'm going to talk to my friends. I'm going to talk to my spouse, and I'll get back to you. You're going to walk out the door. I'm going to walk in the front door. I'm going to present my case. I'm going to tell you why we got to do this right now. We got to sign today, or else we're going to lose this, or we can gain that, we can gain that. And we need to go right now, sign right here. They're going to sign. You're going to be at home waiting on them to think about it and get back to you. And I'm going to run off with the listing. Urgency. You think you ought to inject a little into your game plan? Think about it. Okay. And then there's one more component, sales mastery. I'm giving you the components of sales mastery. If you are one of our beta testers or testers of M3 Millionaire, you're gonna get the words to say in this process. And we're gonna put it to practice, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna tell the rest of the group all of our results. If you still want to get in that beta test with us, reach out to Marlon, info@DaronCampbell.com, and let us know. We'll try to get you in there. But we're about to launch. So okay, back to the components. Number 6. People forget this, but you don't understand. Buyer's remorse is a real thing, ladies and gentlemen. Buyer's remorse is a real thing. So the 6th component is reassurance. Don't you realize you have to reassure people at every point in the sale? Don't you realize you have to reassure somebody after they've written an offer? Don't you realize you have to reassure someone after they've signed the listing? You need to be in the constant reassurance mode because you gave them an urgent reason to act today. but you have to reassure, because when people go home or they get quiet or somebody else gets in their ear, they start getting doubt. They start getting remorse. And you don't have time for that. You don't want to regress. You don't want to have to resell. I want to sell you once. I want to reassure you along the process, and you're going to stay fired up the whole time and never get buyer's remorse. You got to reassure. All right, so I'm giving you these 6 components one more time. You ready? Listening, presenting, relationship building or building rapport, motivating, urgency, creating urgency, and reassurance. You got that? You got that? Okay, so Marlon, you got in there steps to appointment setting. It's not appointment setting. Don't misquote it. This is the sales mastery process in an appointment. Okay? So I just want, Marlon, I'm not chastising you. I just want to get it right. I want everybody to understand. Okay? Reassurance. Okay, so listening, presenting, relationship building, motivation, urgency, and reassurance. Done. You own all of those steps. You follow that process. You get the deal in the first appointment. You get the deal in the first meeting. You blow the competition out of the water, and you've covered all the bases, and very little feedback, pushback, objections later, let me think about it, will happen. You'll at least minimize that. Sometimes they can't make the decision because they aren't the sole decision maker. But many times they are, and this is how you get the ink today. Ladies and gentlemen, those of us that are going to play the game and beta test the M3 are going to put these into action, and you can see your business change. The rest of you, we're going to come back and tell you step by step how we did it and what our results were. And the fact of the matter is, you can take those things I just gave you and plug them in on your next appointment today. Try that. Try to go through those steps and watch how your closing ratio jumps. Watch how your closing ratio leaps through the roof. Ladies and gentlemen, I know you can do it. I'm giving you the keys to the kingdom here. We're on the road to $1 million. I just gave you the keys to a Ferrari. Do you understand? You might have been on a horse and buggy before this. Now you are in a Ferrari. You understand? You can speed down the road to $1 million a whole lot faster. Why don't you just go try it? That's enough information for you guys today. So I want you to get out there, put this stuff into practice, and make it go. Make it go. Tell me how your results were. Take that list and study it before your next appointment, and then role play that appointment out. And tell me if you didn't get better results. I know you will. I know you will. This is the real stuff, okay? So I'm giving you nuts and bolts, ladies and gentlemen. That's not philosophy. Today's lesson is not philosophy. This is the real stuff. I hope you get out there and implement it. I hope you start using it, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get out of here. I'm Daron Campbell. I'm your real estate mentor. And I'm going to see all of you, where? At the top.
I'm pulling with my niggas on the wake up show. We kick a little something for the rain. Saturday night, get live, set it off right, swing with my peeps, King Tech. You'll pass the mic and turn the up till you hear the speaker blow. Dread sky, it's 9 o'clock. Time for the wake up show. To the breaker, you think I'ma say doing what I say day, cause it rhymes with sway. My word is born, I'm on the scene, blotting out the mainstream, doing it right with your quakes on the mix. Late in the night, so soon in, cause the crew don't sleep. Moving in your Jeep on 92.3.
It's 9 o'clock p.m. 92.3. The beat begins to rock hip hop non-stop. You know who got the props in LA on Saturdays. Check and sway, no
Set
doubt.
your clocks for the unorthodox hip-hop that drops 9 to midnight. Kick, tech, and sway. Yo, those kids is tight. In the mix with Joe Quicks. The verbs with verses with the purpose of dropping curses like a 666. Fat snares and dirty kicks to get you open. From Watts to Oakland, it's that broad ish that start provoking. Spoken, words precise like a laser. Crossroads and the wake-up show will get your party shaking like a pager. On silent mode, yeah.